I am in the beautiful city of Arles in southern France. And this is the place where there is one of the biggest and most important festivals of photography every year, beginning in July and ending end of September. The city is at the end of the Rhône river, almost at the delta near the Camargue. So it's the door to the Camargue, and it hosts the Rencontres d'Arles, Rencontres photographiques d'Arles. They use a lot of different venues in the city, from big exposition halls to small pop-up venues and many old churches which serve the only purpose of having art expositions today. It's really worthwhile to come to Arles as a tourist all year round because it's such a beautiful city. It has been founded by the Romans, and there are still some fantastic architectural testimonials from this period, like the big arena and much more. Then the whole city is very lively and full of beautiful houses and restaurants and bars. And then you have the new modern Luma Foundation. The architect of the tower of the Luma Foundation is Frank Gehry, and it's really something beautiful, especially in this light that you have here. Every year, 100 to 200 photographers are exhibited in this city, and there are 10,000 of visitors and around 40 different venues where the festival takes place. It was founded in 1970 with the purpose of encounters, of meeting. Les Rencontres d'Arles means the meetings of Arles. And this is exactly what it's about. You meet people everywhere on this festival, and you meet all these photographers if you come here in the first week of July, because they are all here then. There is a huge program, it's well organized, and so you can find the different venues and the different artists which are scattered all over the city. This year I found 3 particular artists that really impressed me. And I begin with the least known, which is Johanna Lamoulière. She has the outdoor exposition about the river and its people. And obviously I like the subject because it's something that I have been working with. But it's also just very beautiful, very impressive photos, portraits of people of the region. And she works out the whole subject of people and river and climatic changes in a very impressive way. Then the most beautiful exposition ever of Diane Arbus, exposed at the Luma. This is just fantastic, with so many photos, 450 pictures, and 150 of them are unedited, so have never been shown before. And the way they set up the exposition is really particular, because they built something like a big net, a big network, spiderweb, or whatever you want to call it. And that's where you can see all these photos that represent people and faces and situations, social description, in a way that only Diane Arbus could take them. I also liked an exhibition of Saul Leiter's photos in black-white very much. There are also paintings, but I think they are a bit more boring, but his black and white photos are just fantastic, although I appreciate Saul Leiter especially for his photography in color. But these black and white photos are really good. And I liked Wim Wenders. There's just a very little tiny exposition of his Polaroids during a take of a movie. And well, then there are so many others that I hardly can remember without looking at my program. So there is a big exposition of joint Scandinavian photographers. That was really, really cool. And I liked very much the exposition Susanna's house, where someone found on the flea market in the United States, I think in New York, a box, a bit like Vivian Meyer's story, with photos of men that dress up like women, and they formed a club and took photos over and over again. And so there are all these photos displayed of these men posing in their women's clothes. So yeah, if you happen to be able to come to Arles, to southern France, plan the first week of July, because that's where everybody is here and when you can have a lot of workshops and portfolio reviews, and it's just interesting to meet all these people at the Rencontres d'Arles. I was also impressed by Gregory Crutzen. He has a solo exhibition with photos that are all completely artificially worked. Like, I mean, he sets up something like a movie theater in the middle of some lost places in the United States. And he makes a scenography that is really impressive. In a way, the photos are a bit repetitive and maybe a bit too exaggerated in the expression of the people, which is pretty, how would you say, yeah, a bit desperate, sad, lonely. But the quality of this exposition, of the prints, of the images, and the immense work he put into setting up these photos is just incredible. I also like to be surprised by the young emergent people, and young doesn't mean young in the terms of age, because they have people from 20 to 60, but in the term of new photographers and their ideas. So there are different prizes and the finalists are exposed in different contexts throughout the festival. So here it's always interesting to be surprised by something new and different.